Move Zazie over a little bit towards you. You need to put some stuff on your towel. Put some stuff on your towel.
What? Okay, now what?
Which one's yours, man?
Mine was
I think was the superhero.
the superheroes. That's mine. Superheroes.
Superheroes. Superheroes and superheroes. And super zeros. Scoop. Yeah, scoop, scoop, scoop.
Can we connect the cameras to your computer by internet?
What do you mean?
Like the cameras out there, and then we can connect it to where they can see outside our house and the side of our house by the ceiling and stuff. Can we do that to your computer? That would be pretty nice. Because I read the box.
Can you guys sit down a little bit, please? Sit down, Ariel. Now let's sit down. Ariel, scoot. Can you scoot more? Now scooching. Scooching. More scooching.
Oh, Uchi.
So it is time for us to start. So who wants to introduce themselves?
Me.
And who wants to tell us how their week was?
Me.
Since Kamari was quiet, and Ariel were quiet, we'll start with Ariel.
My name's Aria, and my week was fine. We got to, I forgot. So we did something fun this week, and I started to make cards for my cheerleader thing yesterday, so that was pretty fun. Oh, you can get in once I post it up.
Okay.
You can get in for free. All I have to do is sign something in the car. My mom to get in. And then, Mom,
Yes.
when should I take my glasses? I haven't figured out what day I
I don't know. So Kamari, you're next.
My day was actually pretty good. I actually played with my sisters. Played this game where the lights would twist around and around, and we had to stay at the lights.
Oh, we would die because the policeman would.
And like there's like 3 different lights just all over the place, just swinging around.
That sounds fun.
And like if you couldn't even be seen by a single bit of it. And like so I kept putting them in different places, so their hiding spots that they used to hide in, it would be even harder. So we got 1, 2, and then it would be 3, and then they kept spinning around in different places, so it would be harder and harder and harder.
Okay. And Nava, how was your week? Or tell what your name is.
Nava.
You're Nava. How was your week, Nava?
Today I get the mines and start placing. But she plays them for 1 hour. More like 20 hours.
Okay. Alright, well, Arda, you need to get your head coming around, get your head covered.
Meow. This is stop it.
When
Mara wants you to go ahead and pray us in.
Today I'm going to pray about Winnie the Pooh.
Can I pray for Winnie the Pooh?
Yeah.
We're not praying for Winnie the Pooh.
Whitney the Pooh.
Whitney the Pooh. Oh, you think you're funny.
So now you
Hurry up, Ariel. Move faster. Run.
Hey, turtle. Right now?
go ahead and lead some prayer, Kai.
Thank you for a day. Thank you for letting us have this great day. Hopefully our friends will come, and that more people will start watching our videos. Just amen.
Amen. Hopefully they will not come because they are late and it is an interruption. So pass that down to Ariel. Today, our lesson is on define and assign. So what I'm going to work on is I need to work on addressing the camera, all of you beautiful people out there. So I need some feedback. I want to improve the way I teach. So I'd like for you guys to let me know what I can work on. So everybody say Shalom, Gia.
Shalom, Gia.
All right. So when you have an assignment, it's something that someone does what?
Right.
It's something someone writes.
Assignment is like something you have to do something.
It's something you have to do, right? So it's a task that your teacher can give you, or a task that your parents can give you, right? Anybody can give you an assignment, correct?
Mm-hmm. Except for baby.
Yeah. Well, Azara gives you assignments all the time. She takes your finger and she pulls you guys wherever she wants, and then she makes you get herself, right?
Right.
That's her way of giving you an assignment, right? So you and you and you all have assignments from someone or something, right? So what do you think your assignment is? Write it in the book, in your book. Here's your pencils.
What if they come? Would you let them in?
I'll probably tell them that we'll have to see them for next week. It's too much of a distraction. I know, it's sad. But it's not like in a regular church you can't. I know churches that don't let you just walk in late. You're late, come back next Sabbath. If you want to come, then you got to be on time, right? We have to be on time. They got to be on time, correct? Okay. Next page. Turn to the next page. One page, not two. Oh, you already wrote on page two. Okay, one page over. And I want you to write, and at home, if you have a notebook or a piece of paper, write what you think your assignment is, or one of your assignments. And if you don't know how to write, just write your name. You know how to write, so don't forget. You have 1 minute. We need some music, right? Let's see if I can find some music.
Mom, so if they,
Among Us.
Mom, so if they come here just saying go back home.
Well, Sam, we'll have to see him next week. I already said that, and that's not what you're supposed to write. Did you already write down your assignment?
I don't know.
You don't know what your assignment is, so what did you write?
I don't know.
Okay. I'm going to count down 10, 9, 8,
Okay.
7. You're done? Okay. So in our life, we'll have lots of assignments. Some of our assignments are natural, some of them are spiritual. They may stay the same over the course of your life, or they may change. You may have more than one assignment at a time. Name the different types of people that give you assignments.
Mom.
Your boss. Sit up.
Your boss.
Sit up.
Your boss.
What else? Your mom. What else?
Dad.
Zahara, dad. So your parents,
Mm-hmm.
right? Who else can give you? Nah, but we're not writing on every single page.
Army.
The army can give you an assignment. What about your teacher?
Teacher gives us assignment. The Most High gives us assignments.
Sit up.
Among Us gives us assignments.
Speak clearly. Kamari, stop it. You have good answers. I want them to understand you, but they. I understand that you guys are disappointed, right? That your friends aren't coming, right? And that's okay. But they have to be on time, which that's them. So I will see. You see what a distraction this is? I'll be right back.
We at least have two.
No. You guys will have to come back next week. I already started class. Okay, they got it 2:45 for the biggest and online. All right, bye guys. It's okay. You want to take time to say a prayer? Not everything in our life is going to go the way we want it to go, all right? We understand that? You hear me, Ariel? And that's okay, right? We got to bounce back. There's always next week, most high willing. Heavenly Father, I thank you for today. I thank you for allowing us to come together for class. I pray that our friends can come on time next week and that we can have a great service and that we will get through this lesson and that everybody will be focused and attentive and we can learn something and be productive, right? So we named off a bunch of people. We said our boss stood up, Ariel. We said our boss. We said teachers, our parents. We said our little sister, right? But the type of assignment that I want you guys, that I want us to focus on today, or that I want to talk about today, is the one that the Almighty has placed over our lives. People, all of us, whether we walk in this faith or not, are vessels unto honor, used for His purpose, even sinners. Do you remember last week when we talked about the potter? You don't remember last week when we talked about making the clay pot? And how when the potter's making the clay pot, he can smash it down and then he can build it back up. You don't remember that? Ariel, do you remember that? Now please have a seat on your butt. Right? So that's what the most high was the potter. Do you remember that? So if he makes a pot and he doesn't like the pot, what can the potter do with it? If you guys make a Lego structure and you don't like it, what do you do with it? Okay, so the Almighty does that with us, right? He builds us up or builds people up for His honor, whether to use us to be glorified so that we within ourselves, show goodness, or we within ourselves will show bad things. So I want us to look at Pharaoh. Do you guys remember Pharaoh and what he did?
Yeah.
What did Pharaoh do?
Pharaoh with the children.
Speak up, please. They put the children of Israel in captivity, right? And do you think Pharaoh was a good person or a bad person? Kamari, stop it. Get your finger out your mouth.
Bad person.
He was a bad person. How do you think the Almighty got His glory out of Pharaoh? You don't know? That's okay. Do you think he got his glory out of Pharaoh? Do you think how did Pharaoh glorify the Almighty?
How did Pharaoh?
Or how do you think Pharaoh glorified the Almighty?
Because he had everything he wanted.
So you think Pharaoh glorified the Almighty because he had everything he wanted? Go to Exodus 14 and 18. Raise your hand if you got it.
14.
Exodus 14 and 18.
There.
Okay.
The Lord shall reign forever.
14 and 18.
I am at 14.
Go ahead, Corin.
And the Egyptians shall know that I am the Lord and the Egyptians shall know that I am the Lord when I have gotten me honor upon Pharaoh, upon his chariots, upon his children.
So he got honor upon Pharaoh. How?
By killing him.
By killing him. But that's not what he did first. What he allowed Pharaoh to do what? He kept doing all these, he kept hardening Pharaoh's heart, and he kept doing all these what to Pharaoh? What did he do to him? Or to Egypt? Do you guys know what Pharaoh did to Egypt? The 10 plagues, right? So he did all these various things, right? 10 plagues, and then the final one was that he killed them. And so what happened is that all the inhabitants, please sit up because you're in my space now. All the inhabitants around the land, they were scared of the Most High because he saw what he did to Pharaoh. So he's like, don't mess with the children of Israel, because when you mess with the children of Israel, who fights for the children of Israel? Okay, do you guys want to do the 10 plagues song? I need a yes or no. It's yes or no.
Yes.
Okay, ready? Blood.
Love.
Let's go. Blood, frogs, fleas, flies.
Animals,
Nope,
boils.
nope. Twice. Blood, frogs, fleas, flies.
Blood, frogs, fleas, flies.
Animals, boils, hail, and locusts.
Animals, boils, hail, and locusts.
Darkness.
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 Death.
Death.
So those are the 10 plagues, right? So the Most High did all of these things to Pharaoh just so that he could show how mighty he was, so that people would be afraid to mess with the children of the Most High. So, Shalom. Yeah. Oh, they're not here because they're late, and I'm in live already. So we have to have time for next week.
Wait, give him his glasses.
Yeah.
His glasses.
And why did she come?
She thought Kenny left his Bible. Okay. So, who wants an assignment like Pharaoh? Raise your hand. Nobody? Nobody wants an assignment like Pharaoh? Are you sure? You guys want an assignment like Pharaoh? I don't want one assignment. What kind of assignment do you want?
I want one about Among
Let's
Us.
speak up.
I want one about Among Us.
You want, that has nothing to do with spiritual. Remember we said we're going to focus on spiritual assignments?
Okay.
So, what kind of assignment do you want, Nava? Sit up, Kamari.
I want to watch her.
Okay, again, not a spiritual assignment. What spiritual assignments do you guys want? Which one do you want, Ariel? Casting out demons, okay. That's a good one. That's one I don't want either. I think I would be scared. Some big ugly demon coming. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Deliver me. You don't know what you want, Ariel? But we can all agree that we don't want an assignment like Pharaoh, right? Okay, let's make an agreement. Okay, we can do that. Okay. And you sit up too. You wait on them, but sit up too. Okay, Psalms 37 and 23. Psalms 37 and 23. Psalms is in the middle of the Bible. Ooh! What is taking you guys so long?
I'm sorry, something.
37 and 23. Nobody's there yet? Okay. Ariel, I think you had it first.
The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, and he delights in his way.
So the steps of a good man are ordered by who?
Yeah.
By Yah, right? And he delighteth in his ways. So I want you guys to write down what you think your assignment is from the Most High. So you need to think of something. Kamari, what do you think yours is? Not what you want, but what do you think yours is? The things that go on in your life. I kind of already pray over my children, and some of the things that I pray over them are things that I just see in them, or things that I just want for them. So Ariel, why did we buy a Bible, a pink one?
For honey.
For honey, right? Because what happened with honey? You should be writing.
Honey, moved and I couldn't tell her anything.
No, but what were you telling her before she moved?
About the Bible,
You're-
about the Sabbath, and Friday and Saturday.
And you do that to a lot of your friends, right? So could that be your assignment, outreach? Because you're good at it, right? Ariel's good at telling people about the Bible. So could that be your assignment? Don't be shy. Go ahead and write that. Amari, what do you think your assignment is? Oh, you know what yours is. What do people always say about you in the Bible? They say you have good, it starts with a K, knowledge and understanding. So go ahead and write about that. And what do you think your assignment is? What do you think the Almighty wants you to do in your walk with Him? It could be to help somebody. It could be to heal somebody. What other assignments are there?
Casting out demons.
Casting out demons. Kamari said casting out demons. That's the one he wants. Maybe the Almighty will give him that gift. I was going to put on some music while we wait. You guys have 1 minute to write down. Don't be sad. You have 1 minute to write down what you think that the Almighty has for you as an assignment.
Somebody stole my pencil.
I don't want that. Right. Right. Come on.
I can use that.
Zahar likes it too. Zahar's dancing. Come on. Are you done? 30 seconds left to write down what your assignment, what you think that your assignment is from the Most High. Done. We already talked about yours outreach. Shabbat Shalom. Done, Ariel? Okay. So, what did you put, Kamari?
I have good understanding of the Bible.
Sit up and read it
I
again.
have good understanding of the Bible.
So, what do you think your assignment is?
My assignment will be to do
To teach, maybe? To help other people have good understanding?
yeah.
Okay. And Ariel, what did you write your assignment is?
My assignment is to outreach.
You think your assignment's outreach? Okay. So, I think that... Shh, sit down. Go get her something else. Go get her some pretzels. I think that one of my assignments is to wake up a nation of informed children, right? Well, think about it. When I was younger, I worked at the YMCA teaching kids. I've always been good with kids, right? My life passion is to work with kids. And then I teach you guys, right? Do I do a good job of teaching you guys? No, you guys don't like me. Do you like me?
You do a good job on Bible study, just not in regular school.
Oh, they like my Bible studies. They don't like my regular.
Cause I hate doing math, and I hate doing spelling.
Do you guys know what Kamari is doing? Because I asked him to get Zahara a snack. And somehow he's decorating the table with pretzels for, oh, are those for me? Are you spelling out something? Okay, that's enough. We'll put them up.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So, oh, he's spelling out, yes. Yes, I do a good job teaching you guys. Okay. So, Proverbs 22 and 6. Turn to Proverbs 22 and 6.
I like how it spells.
Oh, wow, you're doing a good job spelling things, Nava. I see you drew some pictures, too. Proverbs is also in the middle of the Bible.
22.
Verse 6. Hello. Social distancing. You found it?
No, I've been here.
No, he has it. I'm just messing. Go ahead.
No, I had it first.
Train up the children in the way that he should go. And when he is old, He will not depart from it.
You okay? You seem to be struggling with it. Train up a child in the way that he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it.
No, I just remember Isaac. I was trying to remember Isaac because
Take your watch the front. Right? So that's why you guys are at home learning. That's why your parents teach you. That's why I teach you guys. That's why I teach them, right? Because we have to train up what? Who are we training up?
children.
Our children. And we talked about that last week, remember? Because last week we talked about what did the children of Israel do? They did what? Starts with an F.
Disobey.
Disobey does not start with an F. They forgot, right? Because nobody was teaching it, right? If you don't have it written down and nobody's teaching it to you, are you going to remember? No, right? So they forgot. So if I don't teach you guys the Bible, and you guys aren't at home learning the Bible, what's going to happen?
You're going to forget,
You're
or
gonna-
you won't even know it.
Yeah, exactly.
Defense.
I don't know. Okay, so sometimes assignments don't always feel good. Sometimes assignments will cause us to go through trials, either to prepare us so that we can be an example, or as a witness to Yah's master plan. So here are some examples, both good and bad. So here's examples that happened like before, or here are people who were going through like some pre-assignment before the real assignment. So Elijah, do you know anything about Elijah?
Elijah did a cartwheel.
No, he didn't. So Elijah was running from his life from this wicked queen. Her name was Jezebel. And he hid in the wilderness and he wanted to die. He was like, nobody else is serving you, Almighty. I'm here by myself, and this stupid woman, Jezebel, she wants to kill me. Right? So he was very frustrated. Right? But Yah fed him there because he had a great journey for him. The journey lasted 40 days and 40 nights. Right?
Wait, I thought that was Jonah.
No, it rained for 40 days and 40 nights, right? So then you also have Moses.
Wait, how didn't he fast for 40 days and 40 nights?
Yeshua did. He went, and then Moses went up on a mountain as well. But then Moses also, right? Moses, he killed a man in Egypt, and he ran into the wilderness so that Pharaoh wouldn't kill him, right?
Yeah.
And then he was in the wilderness for about 40 years, and that's where he learned to be a shepherd. Before he did what? What did he do after he learned to be a shepherd in the wilderness?
He learned to go do his thing.
To do his assignment, which was what?
Do
Sit up and talk to the camera and stop.
To go do plagues on Egypt.
Right? To bring the children of Israel out of Egypt. How long were the children of Israel?
400.
Boo! Let me ask the question. Okay. How many years were the children of Israel in captivity
400.
in Egypt? They were in the 400.
400.
Boo. Boo, boo, boo. Right? Okay. So those were like the Almighty preparing these men before they had their real assignment, right? Because the real assignment wasn't for Moses to be a shepherd. It was for Moses to get trained up and learn how to lead sheep so that he could lead the Almighty sheep. And now I did.
Yeah.
Maybe we could hear your words if you got your washcloth out your mouth. Okay, so what do you know about Ezekiel?
Nothing.
Nothing, that's fine. So Ezekiel had to lay on his left side for 390 days.
Oh my gosh.
Why?
1 day for every year that the children of Israel were disobedient. That would suck, right? That's an assignment that somebody has to do, but that's not a very fun assignment, is it? To just lay on your side for 390 days?
I would kill all of them just so then I just haven't.
So you wouldn't have to do it anymore? And then, after he laid on one side for 390, on his left side for 390 days, he had to then roll over on his right side and lay on his right side for 40 days for all the years that Judah was being evil and sinner. So
I would just tell him goodbye.
yes, ma'am. You threw all your pretzels on the floor, ma'am. Yes, we saw you throw all your pretzels on the floor. So was that a fun assignment? Who wants to do that?
Not me.
Not me. How many days is that? 390 plus 40. Do you know how many days that
I
is?
know 0.
That's almost not correct. 390 plus 40. Come on, Kai. I know you know it. Let's go.
403.
403?
430.
430. Good job. So 430 days he was laying on his side. That sucks. Judas. Who knows who Judas is? Do you know who Judas is?
Finger.
No. Where are you?
Finger pill.
No. Who is Judas?
Judas
The
is...
baptizer, right?
No, that's John. They both start with J's. You're getting closer.
Charles.
Judas?
Didn't Judas run away?
No, not really. Judas is the one who betrayed Yeshua and sold him
Oh,
for
I know
great
what
pieces of silver.
What to say it.
You sure did it. So Hara wants the fan on. Can you get the fan on, please, for her?
Yeah.
So, what was Judas's assignment? I just said it. To betray Yeshua, right? Was that a good assignment or a bad assignment? Zahara, please don't put your fingers in the fan. Can you back that fan up just a little bit?
Why didn't he have to betray Yeshua?
Because the scripture said that somebody had to do it, because if Yeshua didn't die, then we wouldn't have remission for our sins.
I would do it.
You would do that? You would betray him, or you would die for people's sins? Yeah, I was going to say, please don't say you would betray me. Because that's not a good place to be. Because it says, woe to that man who does that. It's better that he wasn't even born. So then Pharaoh...
Wait, hold up. But then once he did it, wasn't he just saved?
No, he committed suicide. Because he tried to give the monies back, and he tried to say, like, oh, he's innocent. Don't kill him. And then they didn't want to take the money back, so he committed suicide.
That's suicide.
That's when you kill yourself. So Pharaoh, we already talked about him. What was Pharaoh's assignment?
To kill himself.
No. Pharaoh's assignment was to have a hard heart so the Almighty could be glorified. So that Israel would be left alone. That was Pharaoh's assignment.
I wish I could do that.
So, did you know that you could ask for an assignment? Yeah, you could pray for an assignment. Don't you tell your teachers? Can't you ask your teacher for an assignment?
Yeah.
You guys ask me for assignments. You guys, can we do the workout, mom? Can we do the workout?
That's the same.
It's a type of assignment. Because PE, right? It's physical education. Stop it with the face.
Yeah.
Right?
Just like,
So, if y'all is our master teacher, we can ask him for an assignment. But,
you have to keep knocking until our arms get tired.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
I would just stop knocking before my arms got tired.
But sometimes you just have to be mindful about what kind of assignments you ask. Because sometimes the way he gives it to you, you may be like, teacher, I need to do better at my math. And then your teacher is like, okay, I want you to do this really complicated math problem. And you have a week to figure it out. And then you're like, oh no, like I didn't want that. And same thing with the Most High. You never know into which way your assignment will come. Psalms 37:4.
Never mind.
Psalms 37:4. We all have assignments. You're going to always have an assignment. So remember, Psalms is in the middle of the Bible.
Psalms
37, verse 4. 3, 7, dot, 4. 37:4. Oh my goodness. Oh, Ariel's got it. Good job, Ariel. You have the fan, man.
After it.
Nope. 37:4.
I'm at 37 and verse 4.
37, verse 4. Delight thyself in also the Lord, he shall give thee desire in thee heart.
Right? So delight yourself in the Lord, and he shall give the desires of your heart. So if you want to ask the Almighty for an assignment, and you're keeping, hey, what's all the noise for?
I realized I was a dog.
Huh? You're a dog.
How did you get over here?
I said dog.
Get over here.
Yeah, banana.
You're messing up the party right
I said
now.
dog.
You're messing up the party.
I said dog.
Okay, so you can ask Almighty for something if he delights himself in you, right?
Oh,
Sometimes he will pray
So, wait, so you're saying, like he did with Pharaoh, he lighted how we destroyed him, and now he's going to do that to us just because we wanted something?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if you're like, Almighty, increase my faith, he'll increase your faith because he finds delight in you, right?
But if you
that's
ask for him to increase your money, then he's going to be like, No.
He may increase your money, but with great power comes great responsibility. Some people, when they get a lot of money, they don't know how to act anymore. That's why it says that it's harder for a rich man to enter into the kingdom than a camel to go through the eye of a needle. Because rich people,
What's the eye of a needle?
well, some people say it's a literal eye of a needle. You know, when you're trying to sew, you have to put that string, that thread, right through that little tiny hole. Some people say that, and then some people say it was like in castles, it was like this little tiny door, and you couldn't ride because usually like a big door, everybody would just walk through. They could ride through on their camels, on their horses. But they say the eye of a needle is a small door to where you could crouch through, or your camel could like get on his knees and walk through, but you couldn't ride on your camel through, and that kept people from like stealing a bunch of stuff, right? So I'm like more partial to believe that it's the like hole in the castle, because a camel could never fit through the needle eye, right? And so it has to be, there will be some rich people that make it into the kingdom, so it can't be impossible. So it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle, which a camel can, than for a rich man to go into the kingdom of heaven. So I feel like it's the actual like building thing. So when you make your petition, he may turn around and give you the trial of your life, right? Almighty, increase my faith. And the next thing you know, you're like Daniel in the lion's den, right? Do you think that Daniel's faith was increased?
Yeah.
Definitely. Because he went in the lion's den. No, it's okay. It's okay. Sit down. Stop it. I'm not going to ask you again. It is just friends. Do you understand?
Yes.
I understand that they're important to you. But we have everybody else here that is trying to listen and be attentive to service. And this whole time you have this dumpy, gumpy attitude. And I don't want to participate with somebody who has a dumpy, gumpy attitude. So if you're going to continue to have that attitude, you can go lay in your bed and take a nap. What are you going to do? Thank you. And do you want him to stay? Do you guys want him to stay? I want you to stay, but I don't want you to stay if you're going to act like that. You understand? You got to cheer up. Okay? I understand. So what happened to Daniel in the lion's den?
He didn't get eaten.
Sit down so they can hear you. They can't hear you.
He didn't get eaten.
He didn't get eaten by a mosquito. He didn't get eaten by a turtle. He didn't get eaten by what?
Lions.
The lions. Who put him in there?
The king.
The king, but why?
No, not the king.
It was the people, right? They made the king make a proclamation. And what about Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? Do you think they had their faith tried? Sit down. Do you think they had their faith tried? How did they have their faith tried?
They went through fire.
In the fiery furnace, right? So all of these people have their faith tried, but those are some scary situations. It could be that somebody goes through those situations and their faith doesn't get stronger, their faith gets weaker, right? Here's a heart. Please, sit down and draw a picture. Go to James 1. James chapter 1.
And I said I was at Job.
Job, yeah, we're not going to Job, we're going to James.
I said Job.
Job, it's not Job. If you see J-O-B in the Bible, it's not Job, it's Job. If you see J-O-B out in the real world, it's probably Job.
Mom, why is it not Job?
James 1, and you're going to read
I
verse
don't know
2.
what James is.
James is the New Testament in the back of the book.
Okay.
It's James chapter 1, verse 2 through 6. You're going to read it, Kamari?
I give up.
Read it nice and clear.
My brethren, count it all joy when ye fall into diverse temptation, knowing that this trying of your faith worketh patience. But let the patience have her perfect works, that ye may be perfect and entire wanting nothing. If thee lack wisdom, let him ask y'all that giveth to all the men liberty and
Liberally. Liberally. Everybody say liberally. Liberally. Okay.
whatever. And up darted
And abraded.
abradeth not, and it shall be given to him.
So if any man lack wisdom, let him ask of God that give it to all men liberally. Right? Keep going, verse 6.
But let him ask in faith, nothing wavering, for the waverer is like a wave of sea that diveth with its wind and tossed.
For he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea driven with the wind and tossed, right? So he'll give you, if you ask for knowledge, he'll give you knowledge. If you ask for faith, if you ask for these things, he'll give them to you. And when you have these things, when you're going through trials of your faith, it makes you patient. Work is patient. It works for your well-being, right? If you never play soccer, you never train for soccer, and then you get in a soccer match, do you think you're going to do good in a soccer match? So we have to train, right? We have to go through stuff now so that when real persecution happens, we're able to stand, right? We're able to fight the good fight of faith. So here's an example of praying for an assignment or asking for an assignment that comes with a large package. So do you guys know who Elisha is?
Yes.
Elisha?
Delicious?
No!
What?
She's always asking these crazy questions. No.
What's her
Okay.
name?
Second, I don't know who you're talking about.
No, the person you said.
Elisha.
Elisha. There you go. I was like,
No. Okay. 2 Kings chapter 2. I'm going to read this to you so you guys can close up your Bible because we're done. For now. So I'm done reading this. So you guys can just listen along. This is about Elisha the prophet. And it came to pass when the Lord would take... Yeah.
woman can be prophet.
Women can be prophetess, but Elisha is a man, woman. You, ma'am, have to lower your
That
voice.
sounds like a girl's name. Yes, son.
And it came to pass when the Lord would take up Elijah into heaven by a whirlwind that Elijah went with Elisha from Gilgal. And Elijah said unto Elisha, tarry here, I pray thee, for the Lord hath sent me to Bethel. And Elisha said unto him, as the Lord liveth, and as thy soul liveth, I will not leave thee. So they went down to Bethel. And the sons of the prophets that were at Bethel came forth to Elisha and said unto him, knowest thou that the Lord will take away thy master from thy head today? He said, yea, I know it. Hold your peace. And Elisha said unto him, Elisha, tarry here, I pray thee, for the Lord hath sent me to Jericho. And as the Lord liveth, and he said, as the Lord liveth and thy soul liveth, I will not leave thee. So they came to Jericho. And the sons of the prophets who were at Jericho came to Elisha and said to him, knowest?
We know it's not now.
Did I miss a spot?
Yes.
Okay. I will not leave thee. And they two went on. And 50 men of the sons of the prophets went and stood at view afar off. And the two stood by the Jordan. And Elijah took his mantle and wrapped it together and smote the waters, and they were divided thither and thither. So that the two went over on dry. Yeah, he hit the waters. He took his mantle and he hit the waters. Who else hit the water and the water split? Or who was able to part water? Moses, and who else?
Jamaica.
You're close. It starts with a J, but it's not Jamaica.
So,
No, starts with a J. Came after Moses. Who came on? Who took over leading the children of Israel after Moses? Do you know? Who? Not Joseph. Joshua. Joshua split the Jericho. Moses split what?
Egypt.
The Red Sea, right? And where am I at?
get right here.
I am so lost.
How you lost me right there?
Oh, I'm up here. Okay. And they went, and it came to pass, they were gone over, that Elijah said unto Elisha, ask what I shall do for thee before I be taken away from thee. And Elisha said, I pray thee, let double portion of thy spirit be upon me. And he said, thou askest a hard thing. Nevertheless, if thou see me when I'm taken from thee, it shall be unto thee, but if not, it shall not be. So we just saw Elijah, right? What did Elijah just do to the water?
Split it.
He split it. So do you think Elijah was a powerful man?
Yes.
Yeah, he was. And then Elisha asked for what? He asked, but he didn't just ask for his power, he asked for what? Double. He said, give me double portion. So if Elijah was already strong, he wants double of the strength that Elijah had. So Elijah tells him it's a hard thing. Do you think it was hard because it was actually hard for Elijah to give Elisha his power? Or do you think it's hard because what he's asking is a big task, like what the burden that he's going to put on is big?
The big task.
It's a big burden that he's going to put on, right? She got those up with that. It's fine. That's correct. It's a big task because with great power comes great responsibility. To whom much is given, much is required. So do you think the Almighty's just going to give all his power to Elisha for Elisha to sit there and do nothing and just like do his own thing and make money off of his power? Do you think, Ariel, do you think that's why the Almighty's going to give Elisha that power? No, he's going to give it to him. So what? Who can benefit from it?
Him.
Him? The Almighty being him? The Almighty and the people of Israel, right? That's correct. And it came.
Not going to do that. He's going to get work.
And it came to pass, as they still went on and talked, that behold, there appeared a chariot of fire and horses of fire, and parted them both asunder, and Elijah went up in a whirlwind into heaven. Does that sound cool? That sounds pretty cool, right? That's how Elijah died. A whirlwind, well, first chariots came down, flaming chariots and flaming horses came down, and then Elijah, they're just walking, and then it like splits them apart, and it takes Elijah up into heaven.
And he just dies.
That was how he died. That's cool, huh? How do most people die? Right? Get in a fire, or most people die, they drown, or they die in sleep, or they're sick, or something like that. But he got taken, the Almighty just took him up in the chariot into the sky. I think that's kind of cool. It's like, da-da-da-da, as you're going up, right? You're all like, got your Superman pose on. If you were being taken up into heaven in a flaming chariot to go be with the Most High, he's not burning.
He's suffocating.
He's not suffocating. It's a good thing. He took him, the Almighty took him into heaven with him.
Wait,
Yeah, but I don't want to die either.
Well, nobody
No
wants
matter how cool it is.
No, nobody wants to die, but if you're going to die, do it in a cool way. So how would you go if you were in your chariot going into heaven, how would you, I'd be like, how would you be?
I would be in a queen mode. I would just be like this.
You'd be like that. Queen, I'm going into heaven in my flaming chariot, look at me. How would you be?
What happened to his brother or his cousin or his
Elisha? Well, we're going to find out.
I be working.
I think he died.
Before I die, I lay on the flaming chariot and I turn the world into fungus.
Moving on, we're not going to acknowledge that, right?
Yes, we are.
And Elisha saw it, and he cried, my father, the chariot of Israel and the horsemen thereof. And he saw him no more. And he took hold of his own clothes and rent them in two pieces. Because he was sad, because Elijah was like his father. And he took up also the mantle of Elijah that fell from him, and went back and stood by the bank of the Jordan. And he took the mantle of Elijah that fell from him, and he smote the waters and said, hey, ma'am, please get off the table. Get down.
So he said, hey, ma'am.
No, he didn't say that. I'm talking to Solomon. And he took the mantle of Elijah that fell from him, and he smote the waters and said, where is the Lord Yah of Elijah? And when he had also smitten the waters, they parted thither and thither. And Elisha went over. So what did he do? So he did the same thing that what? That Elijah did, right? So Elisha asked for a double portion of Elijah. And Elijah said, if you see me when I die, then you can have it. So right after Elijah died, Elisha took his mantle and did the exact same thing that Elijah had just done, right? So you think he got his double portion? Yeah. And the sons of the prophets which were to view at Jericho saw him, and they said, the spirit of Elijah do rest on Elisha. And they came to meet him and bowed themselves to the ground before him. And they said unto him, behold, there be with there be with thy servants 50 strong men. Let them go, we pray thee, and seek thy master. Peradventure the Spirit of the Lord hath taken him up, and cast him upon some mountain, or into a valley. And he said, Ye shall not sin. And when they urged him till he was ashamed, he said, Sin. They sent therefore 50 men, and they sought 3 days and found him not. So who did they go look for?
The person that
Elijah, right? But where was Elijah?
was dead.
He was with the Most High. Because the Most High took him in a flaming chariot. So it's like, how are you going to go look for this person, right? The Almighty took him in a flaming chariot to heaven, and you're like looking around here on earth. So that's why Elisha was like, don't go. You're like, you're not going to find them. And they kept begging, please, 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 please. Please, can we go look for Elijah? And then finally Elisha was like, fine, go, please, just leave me alone. And they went for 3 days with 50 strong men, and they didn't find him, so they came back. And when they came again, for he tarried at Jericho, he said unto them, Did I not tell you not to go? And the men of the city said to Elisha, Behold, I pray thee, the situation of the city is pleasant, as my Lord seeth, but the water is not, and the ground is barren. So they didn't have any water. They were in, what's it called when a land doesn't have any water? Do you know what it's called? It's called a drought. That's right. And he said, Bring me a new curse, and put salt therein. And they brought it to him. And when he took, it's like a base pot thing. And he went for it and unto the spring of water, and cast the salt in there, and said, Thus saith the Lord, I have healed these waters, there shall not be from thence any more death or barren land. So the waters were healed unto this day, according to the saying of Elisha. So that's right after Elijah died. We see Elisha do 2 miracles. What's the first one he did?
Elijah died?
Elisha. We saw Elisha, after Elijah died, we saw Elisha do 2 miracles. Mama, watch out for Ariel.
So Elijah died in heaven?
The way he died, or the way he no longer existed on this earth that we are in, is he got into a flaming chariot with flaming horsemen and went into heaven. And then he no longer existed on this planet.
So when you go to heaven, you'll just die?
No, okay. Are you guys understanding? Because clearly they're not understanding. So we live on this earth, right? There are different ways that sometimes people get in a car accident, sometimes people drown, they're on fire, sometimes they just die of old age, some people are sick, right? When you die, they bury you, they put you in the ground, and you're asleep until judgment, right? That's how pretty much everybody else is no longer on this planet.
Then why did he die when he just went to heaven?
So Elisha, his no longer existence on this planet was that the Almighty took him in a flaming chariot with flaming horsemen.
So he died in the flaming horseman chariot?
He died because he no longer exists on this planet.
So he wasn't real? Old?
He was real.
So he was so old that...
No, the Almighty just... The Almighty was like, Elijah, you're so cool that look, I'm going to give you this cool way to no longer exist on this planet. You're going to come with me.
I still want to exist.
I don't want to die.
Okay. Nobody wants to die.
Who wants to die like that?
Nobody, but everybody at some point in time is no longer going to exist in this planet.
I still exist. My bones are here.
Okay, we're done. Alright, so that was our lesson on assignments. Ariel, get up to your chair, please. So now, I'm going to pray that the Almighty bless you guys with assignments.
Meow.
And I pray...
Die when I
Oh, be quiet. Okay.
15 more
Be
years
quiet.
before I die.
Heavenly Father, I thank you for today. I thank you for this lesson that you've allowed us to partake in. I pray that you help us to get understanding and the circle of life, that there's a time to be born and that there's a time to die, Father. But I pray that before our time to die, that you place upon us a mighty assignment, one in which we can glorify you and that your will can be done through our life and that we will be vessels unto honor and praise and to glory, Father. That people will see your light shining forth from us, that we can have an assignment that will not only benefit those of our natural family, but benefit those that we don't know. Help us to be just in all of our dealings. Help us to have love for everyone, Father, not conditional love, but unconditional love, that we will treat all people with respect and dignity, Father, not favoring or dealing in partiality. I ask that you continue to watch over us. Bless us with many more years together. Increase our bond and our unity. I pray for the children that are watching abroad, Father, that you impart to them many blessings, spiritual blessings, Father. Lift them up. Help them to get understanding and knowledge of your word. Help them to grow and to be strong men and women of the Most High. I pray for their parents, Father, that you increase their parents' finances, increase their parents spiritually, help their parents to have more understanding of the word, that they may be able to impart to their children the things that they also are learning. And I give you all the glory and the praise. Thank you for today. In Yeshua's mighty and wonderful name, amen. You stuck it. Okay. So, sit down. No, sit down. So, our project for today, even though it seems like it's going to be a hard project because some people are caught up, but our project today is to turn Elisha and Elijah into a comic book. So, if you look at the link, can you get out of the seat, please, social stuff? If you look at the link that's in the description, I have included different comic book. See if I come here. I've included different comic book pages for your children to go ahead and draw and color and detail out the story. So these do not belong to me. So do not sell these, don't print these, don't try and maximize profit, whatever on these, because these are not mine. These are ones that I just found on the internet and I compiled for our lesson for today. So if you weren't able to catch the story on Elisha and Elijah, we read from 2 Kings chapter 2, and we read 2 through 22. So go ahead and you can either have your children reread that story or read it to them, and then have them draw out what they think that part of the story looked like. So these are just, again, some different comic book pages that I have. The link, again, is in the description. And I just have all these different ones. So this is the only one that's landscape. So I printed them out. Unfortunately, our friends weren't able to come with us today, but that's okay. Now we have extras. Now we can do more story than what we had intended. So I hope that you guys have fun doing this, as I'm sure my children will have fun doing it. And if, again, like I said, it's 2 Kings chapter 2, 2 through 22 is what we read. So I'm going to let them pick which one they want. So your children will need crayons and color pencils, whatever coloring devices they want to use, so that they can draw out. You guys can pick 2. Nava, you can't just grab everything and get off the table. Oh, you only have 2. Okay, and that's okay. There's other ones. What other one do you want? Okay, so which other? Well, then you just want to use one. That's fine. Okay. Story for Elijah, Elijah, and Elisha. All right, and that's all we have for you today. I'm not going to make you sit and watch them draw. So
I need something. That's what I need. I need a soccer ball or a basketball ball.
Okay. All right, you guys. Shabbat Shalom. I hope that you guys have a good rest of the Sabbath and you enjoy. Hey, stop it. And you enjoy doing this Elijah and Elisha comic book strip. When you're done with it, take pictures, right? And show it to us so that we can all share. We'll share ours with you guys as well, so that we can enjoy what each person's comic book looks like. Again, you can have more than one page. This is just what I printed for them. All right, you guys, Shabbat Shalom. Love you. Then you're on backseat. Ariel, you did knock the camera off. Sit down. You always have to get up every single week. So, most high willing, we'll see you guys next week. Same time. You catch us on YouTube. Like and subscribe. I need to start saying that. Like and subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Now Zahara's bumping into it. Goodness gracious, golly gee almighty. All right. Love you to y'all and back. Shalom. Shabbat shalom. Oh, Kamari's already started. He's not playing.